Hi everybody, and welcome back to the Walk and Tell channel. Having previously visited Thailand on 3 occasions, I decided to go boldly where I had not been before, as I wanted to see a part of the country unseen by the vast majority of holidaymakers. When I was visiting Koh Chang in January 2023, I met and made very good friends with a lady called B. We kept in touch after my holiday, and 4 months later I made plans to visit her and her family in the province of Chaiyaphum, where they lived. In this, the latest of my videos on the YouTube channel Walk and Tell, I show parts of Thailand away from the tourist areas and show how Thai people really live in the more isolated parts of the country. So isolated, in fact, that during my 3-week stay I can only remember seeing 3 other European people. So sit back and enjoy my adventures in the series of videos I've entitled Into the Unknown. As always, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon to be notified when new videos are added. After landing in Bangkok, I made the 5-hour coach journey to Chaiyaphum town and stayed overnight in the Hop Inn hotel. The following morning, B drove me to her hometown of Gang Kro. So B has picked me up now from the hotel and she's driven me back to a little restaurant which is way out in the middle of nowhere. Nice little river passing through here. And it's raining rather heavily, but hey ho, this is Thailand in May. And this is B. It's now 10:30 on Saturday and just had a thunderstorm. It's still raining a little bit. Yesterday, after driving around for a while, B found me this nice little hotel. It works out at 400 baht per night, which is about £10. Picture of Amsterdam on the wall there. Room number 3, and this is the view from the front. Had a thunderstorm and it's still raining, although it's eased off a little now. But it's still humid and very warm. He has brought me to what you might call a genuine Thai cafe. And we're going to have a Thai pork dish. That dish there is som tam, and that is wai piao, a soup. Oh yes.
Yes. Som tam cha.
This is my own dish that's just been brought up. It's Wat Phra That. Well, the price of all this food put together, the 2 people came to 250 baht, which is round about just over £6. So £3 each for the meal. B is just driving down a real Thai country road now into the mountains or the hills. And B has now invited me into the home of one of her friends, and we're about to have a meal at her home. Thailand is quite a big country, and tourists tend to visit the touristy areas like Bangkok and Pattaya and Phuket, and seldom visit the more remote parts of the country. But it can be quite a culture shock and an experience to see the other side of Thailand. The house actually belongs to a lady called Dew, and her mother and father have a farm just by the side of the house where they keep cattle and pigs. Here's the cattle shed, and alongside there's the pigsties. And and this is the first time I've ever eaten guava, or as the Thai say, guava.
Guava.
It's now Sunday the 14th and we're off to Wat Phra That, a temple. Right.
Wat Phra That.
Before we go to the temple, we've just stopped for food at a restaurant. This is the view. And here's the restaurant. Included on the menu is this fish soup, and the fish are caught locally here in the lake. You can see the fishermen there in the lake. Apparently this is a Wat Phra tree, and this is the fruit from the tree which you can eat. And I'm going to try some as well. So we've arrived now at Wat Phra That. Just here there's a reclining Buddha. This mural on the wall shows scenes of different temples all over the province of Chaiyaphum. And this is the view from the top. As you can see, Bee is carrying a water carrier on her shoulder, and she's just explained that 50 years ago this is how her family would have collected the water. There was no plumbing, no pipes in the ground. After the little trip there to the temple, now arrived at the house of another of Bee's friends. She also went to school with this friend, and her name is Nok. I'll just take you around the house a little bit. Nok's husband works in the construction industry, building houses. And at the back of the house there's this little lake where fish can be caught.
ลูกมีโฟโต้
Want it?
เข้าห้องน้ำก่อน
Go.
Okay. The bad side. It's not good.
Not good. No, no.
Wait.
It's now Monday the 15th of May and B is taking me to a waterfall, and I'll let B tell you the name of the waterfall because I can't pronounce it.
น้ำตกตัดตนจ้าไปเลย
Well, I hope you got that. Nam Sop Tat Ton.
น้ำตกตัดตน
Tat Ton. Nam Top Tat Ton. Right. Quite a pleasant walk through the woods here to get to the waterfall. Instead of going into a little cafe type restaurant, today we're having a lovely little picnic by the waterfall. There's a couple of rope bridges in this part of the waterfall and it's rather unsteady, kind of wobbles up and down, and this particular of the longest of the rope bridges tends to swing from side to side as well, but it's perfectly safe. It's now Tuesday the 16th of May and B has brought me to this lovely little cafe which is away from the town centre in one of the country roads, and it's located right by the side of one of the many rice fields here in this part of Thailand. At the moment the fields are being prepared for planting the rice, and B tells me that it's harvested in the month of November. Food has arrived. I'm having a sirloin steak and B is having some fish. Back in the car now, and we've just come away from that lovely little cafe restaurant. The total bill for both myself and for B was just 523 baht, which is around about £12, and for that I had a steak meal, sirloin steak. B had cod, we had 2 beers, coffee and water, and that was all for just £12. Wow! Just driving past some crops in the fields here, B has just told me that this is sugar cane, and I don't think I've seen sugar cane before. Next on the agenda for today, B has taken me to a parade which is for the ordination of monks. Standing here at the gates of the temple, and I reiterate once again, the locals here I've probably very rarely seen a tourist, and all of them, young and old, are coming up to me, shaking my hand, and in Thai language they're saying welcome. It's really a most peculiar experience. The lady here is just taking me, she's just appeared from nowhere as a kind of a guide, and she's taking me to the entrance of the temple.
Where home where city?
To see the parade enter the temple.
Oh, yeah, can go.
Yeah. That's it. Okay.
Thank you.
Right, well, it was a little bit of a drive around to the actual entrance to the temple, but here we are now. We've just arrived.
Wat Phra That.
Wat Phra That.
Wat Phra That.
Wat Phra That. Okay.
Yes.
Well, you got the name of the temple there. So during the ordination now, the monks-to-be come dressed in white, and inside the temple they have their hair shaved, and they come out with a yellow robe on, which means to say they have been ordained as monks. So in about an hour's time, after the ordination of the monks will emerge. I've decided to join all the local Thais and kneel down on the floor with them. I've now been invited to sit down right in front of the temple with all the local Thais. So the monks are now being dressed in their orange robes and will exit the temple very shortly. Well, apparently everyone now seems to be taking turns to actually go inside the temple. And the ceremony is over, and the monks are just leaving the temple now. Well, we're back in the car now, driving away from the temple, but I have to say that was one of the most moving episodes in my whole life, because I was invited to sit right outside the door of the temple, and B has just told me that only close relatives are allowed to be close and sit at the temple. So I feel very privileged to have been invited to sit with them